but you don't want either the Tide or the Mars to start falling behind, so you need some of that early momentum to really carry you through there.
Absolutely. We'll go into a game number 1 between Team SMG and Cignal Ultra, set to get underway. I never really mentioned it, John, and I know you were already talking about it quite a lot, but I do like that last pick Troll quite a bit. I think it kind of answers some questions.
Why prolong the
Doesn't really answer all of them during this game. I think it is still going to be a very difficult game for Cignal Ultra, but I think if you were going to go any kind of carry here for Cignal, the Troll was probably one of the better options. So either that or something like a TB, I would have argued, was probably a decent option here for Cignal, but Troll does work. I'm sure the viewers are aware as well, but SMG is more than likely going into this the heavy favorites, considering they are so much higher in the group standings right now. I suppose that is to be a little bit expected.
Yeah, I mean, they've just been really playing well. There were some doubts about them going from those open qualifiers, but I think they've kind of proven the point. You know, second place in groups, only dropping 1 series is a really damn good look for a team that was formed right before OQs happened. So the names are carrying through. We're seeing a good return to form for mid 1. The Star Prodigy and Nea is also doing a fantastic job, and KP is melding really well with him. So it's really good signs for SMG. Cignal, they've been tried and tested together for a long time. The DPC has not been kind to them so far. They've sort of been struggling. They've got Abing in, of course, on pause 1. And we talk about it behind the scenes, but this is, again, his best showing in a while.
Here we go. Top rune spot. Looks like they want to go for a fight. Rogi needs to be somewhat careful. He went for the level 1 heal, but he might get punished. He'll go for a furry fight, but he is going to die anyway. They will at least kill Grims off and will chase down Jamesy.
Max is impressed.
It's going to be a pretty annoying start, though, for our Enchantress, who has to go for that level 1 heal. And gives the first blood gold away to the side of Cignal Ultra. I suppose for Rogi now, you just kind of hope for a very quick level 2 timing so you could at least get the impetus up and start being a little bit more useful in the lane.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot more passive in that lane. I mean, you're going to have to TP in as well. Raji, level 1's not going to feel good. You're not going to be able to trade hits with the Rubik too much. Eris and Van should have a pretty decent time up top, holding their own here. Of course, mid 1, I don't think he's going to be too annoyed. Like, you're going to need levels up on this Venomancer as well to really get that space out. And Raji's still doing a good job of harassing. He baits in Eris, and with a heal, he can kind of out-sustain the Rubik. So in the end, I guess this kind of skill start works for him.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose it does just work out, right? If you want to just use the Blindstone and trade right clicks. I have been seeing a lot of Enchantresses recently, especially in the pro meta. They do tend to just go ahead and max out the heal after maybe getting 2 points in enchant. So we can certainly just see that again, and it does allow you to just continue to sustain, but he needs it right now. So he does get KO'd up. He shouldn't really be dead. They do have a Fade Bolt, and it will be enough. His second death for Rogi now. Eris able to pick a kill up for himself on the Rubik, and it's going to feel quite nice for Cignal Ultra. Still, let's have a look at the other lanes as well, John. Mid lane, Jamesy going to be up against Nia 666. I think Nia shouldn't really struggle too much on the Ricky, but neither should the Mars Jamesy. It might just be a very kind of even trading lane between these two.
Yeah, should be fairly straightforward for the farm here for both sides. I think you're going to have a slight edge here on the Mars, simply down to the fact that you make use of the bottle a lot better than a Ricky. You don't really want to deviate from your double null start here for Nea. So Jamesy's going to have more regen to play with on hand. Nea's going to have to watch his spacing. When the power runes start coming through, it's going to be harder for him to justify moving out of his lane to grab those up. So you should have a stable start for Jamesy there. Although initially the last hits are lining up for Nea, so not too bad. We'll see if that maintains. Down bot, you've got Grims around on the Tide with Abing on the Trolls. It's a pause 5 Tide here. They're playing with up against SMG, KP on these CK, and Afu on that Grimstroke. Pause 5 Tide. Like, we've seen this a couple of times. It is one way to mitigate that greed. You're just ensuring that he just basically becomes a Ravage machine. Maybe at some point he picks up a mech. But that does mean your Tide's not going to look for a quick blink timing. He's not going to be insanely tanky early on. And that is something SMG can start to abuse down the line.
Yeah, I think they went for the flex on the Tide because he realizes that playing Tide into Monkey King would not be very fun. So instead you get the Venomancer, and that way you can actually deal with the Monkey in the laning phase. That does, of course, again, force the pause 5 Tide instead, which can feel a little bit, you know, not great. We'll see what Grims can get done, though. I mean, you can still have a lot of impact on this hero just with having the Ravage up. As long as you land it, if you die afterwards, it doesn't really matter too much. And even in the landing stage, you can gush, but they are going to move in with the Inkswell and the stun out. They'll go after Grimm's on the tide, but a Bing is going to move forward onto the Grimstroke, and it looks like they're going to try and evenly trade a bit. Of Bing is probably going to be the one to get the kill, and KB is unable to trade. Turn back around onto a Bing now and try to get a bit of harassment out. But you got Grims out of there. A Bing, he's going to survive, and it's a rather unfortunate initiation for the side of SMG.
Yeah, I mean, those whirling axes from Abing just make it so hard for the CK to just get that steady damage going. So, really fortunate for Cignal. They managed to make these lanes work, and they're getting this early aggression out quite nicely. 3-1, with less than 1k lead coming out from them. Abing's #1 in last hits down bot, 21-2. Not too much KP can really do to stop that. Grims is doing a great job putting his body between his troll and the enemy heroes, just ensuring that harassment goes onto him.
Mid-one's in trouble, John. Gonna try and help him out, but no, there is no way. They try for the deny, but it will not work out either. Eris able to take the kill, and well, that's why you do the lane swap for the pos 3 Veno, I suppose, John. You could just deal with the Monkey King so much easier.
Yeah, it's a really heads-up play from Cignal. They're getting that early aggression out. They're winning out basically every single lane. Even mid is actually starting to shape up better for James. As again, you're getting more value from the bottle there. So SMG might have to maybe start considering just playing a bit safer, waiting for their leveled spikes, trying to just get some steady farm. Even maybe getting some stacks in jungle could be a massive benefit for them. We're not seeing Raji really have the time to go out and work on his top jungle, and even the triangle is not being really taken care of here, so you're not having that initial stacks, which can detract from a Monkey King's build-up, right? Like, you really want mid one to have that smooth and steady ramp up and farm, but in this Venomancer lane, it's just not as easy as you'd want for your Monkey.
Well, it goes back to the fact that he doesn't have impetus either, right? Like, generally you want that level 1 impetus because it's so darn strong, and it will allow you to at least harass the Veno a little bit, but Roger's trying his best to keep them back and give mid-1 the farm he needs. It's just much harder than it looks. Still, he is top of the CS board regardless of that death. However, to the south, Roger, he's going to pop the heal. It's not going to be enough, surely. Van's going to get jumped on though. Mid-1 around, nice balance strike out. Maybe he will survive. He will be able to just get himself out as Eris. Could not finish off the kill, and mid-1 will be able to take the Venomancer kill for himself.
Yeah, that's pretty darn big. You can see that level 2 Nature's Attendants just doing a lot of work. They are lining down mid.
Nia, for a haste room pickup. Allow him to turn around now into Eris, and that's going to be a lot of damage output. Eris does have the lift, but he's waiting it out. Little does he know that Nia does not have another blink strike, but it won't matter anyway. He knows he's dead. Nia maybe diving a bit too far. We'll go for the tricks of the trade. Does get it off. Now the arena down, however. It's not going to be worth it if Jamesy does manage to get the kill. Nia, can he get himself out? No. And that's not worth it. Not at all. Nia, he'll get himself a kill, but Jamesy going to get a lot of XP out of that. Keep farming up that mid lane, and I suppose you couldn't have asked for a better way to start with the arena. Meanwhile, top lane, however, Van is probably set to fall as they know he's alone. Eris, he tried to come in to help out, but it's just a little bit too late.
Van, you're starting to get some of that aggression back for SMG. Once they see these supports rotate out, they know they've got ways to bully out that Venomancer.
AP.
You have to play a bit safer there.
AP's in danger. Nice rotation out from our Mars. Should mean this Chaos Knight is gone. KB, he's going to try and run. There's no way he gets out from a Bing. It's a very nice rotation from Jamesy, and because Nia was dead at the time, so I suppose there was no way he would know he was missing, but top lane, mid-1 finds another kill.
Yeah, it's just all kind of bouncing back and forth. So every single time they get these rotations on Cignal, SMG are aware that they're leaving your top lane exposed, they're leaving opportunities open to find these kills. Mid-1 now jumps to #1 in that fort just from these bounce back kills, and it sets up a really good pace for the Monkey. He had an abysmal start in lane. Now mid-1, #1 going to be saving up for the Battle Fury next, and that's when things stabilize for SMG. They're going to get the build up, they're going to be able to hit those farm timings on that Monkey King and have a stable foundation for themselves. For Cignal's end, the aggression's good. This is what we need to see from the lineup.
There you go.
And oh, he's going to get ensnared up here, I think. Can they get in range? Yeah, they can. They get the ensnare mid-1. He's there with the damage output. Jamesy, he gets the Spirit Leads and might be able to trade, and does. Definitely a great trade for Cignal Ultra. They might just find another Rogi. He's trying to run, but probably not much of a way out. But eventually will get taken down by Jamesy. However, Nia has rotated, has a double damage rune as well. We'll be able to pick off Eris once again, but a spear not actually going to land on a tree. Very unfortunate stuff there for Jamesy. Still, Van is back around. Nia, he's going to blink strike back in and get a kill for himself. In fact, Rogi, he's the one to take it with the neutral creep before it does expire. Van is going to keep chasing down. No, Nia, he's going to try and man fight this one out. He might just win it as well. The Founder Strike is there. He will be able to get it and TP right out in front of the Plague Ward. Oh, that is so demotivating for Cignal Ultra.
The inevitable.
Nia, he just got so much XP out of that, and well, he gives the tip at the end, naturally, as you have to. Cignal Ultra, it's going to mean a big lead now for SMG, John. 2K ahead at 9 minutes in. Back top lane. Eris. Maybe they've dived a bit too far. They do have the TP in from Grims, but he's only level 4, so he can't really help out that much. He will just use his body to try and force them back, and does do so quite successfully. There's a lot of pressure being applied at this top lane, and Cignal, they can't keep responding to this forever. At the same time, they want to go for that top tier 1 tower very soon, and
Gotcha.
by the way this lane's going, it looks like the side of SMG aren't going to allow that to happen. Make the rotation back up towards the top side. Van, he's going to be targeted with the Inkswell out. There is no way for him to defend himself. That'll be another. Nia, great rotation with the team, and now Grim shows himself on the tide. Silence out, he can't ravage anyway. He's still not level 6. He's going to die. Nia maybe goes down here to a big, but no, the tricks of the trade is out. Can he blink strike away? No, he's trying to run, but there's your blink strike now. Meanwhile, towards the south, the arena not going to be enough to kill off Rogi. Still, the chase is on. Nia, he does eventually drop. And Rogi is still being chased down.
Where are you going?
Gets speared back, and well, Bing will say thank you very much for that one. They do at least manage to punish the side of SMG for their deep dives, but you still kind of have to argue it does seem to favor SMG with how aggressive they're being.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Mid one almost got his tree cut up, but not quite.
Dire's middle
I think again, for Cignal's end, they want to be able to fight back. They need to play with their strengths early on, but mid.
Yep. He sees Van. He wants the Veno kill. It's the hard part about offlane Veno, John. You just can't defend yourself, and now Nia's in. Right in onto Jamesy. That'll be another. Fu, he will die, but that's going to be another kill to Nia. Eris, he's taking what he can get.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Nice blink strike away. Never mind. Eris gets the heal off and the blink away. I was going to say it wouldn't have been worth the kill for the Rubik, just getting the Grimstroke like that, but if you can get away with it, why the hell not?
Radiant's bottom tower.
Yeah, again, Eris Rubik is pretty darn good. I think he plays on the edge quite a fair bit. There was a lot of space coming out from SMG. KP, after a very slow off lane, does manage to find that tier 1 bot. So he gets a solo push for all the movement across the map. Now Cignal are going to be forced to kind of clump up top to get that top tier 1 to even up control. They are dragging the bodies up, but SMG are smoked up as well. They just want to keep playing with this really fat Ricky. Just 2 Wraith Bands, Power Treads, and Orb of Corrosion. He does a lot of damage already.
That he does, John, especially with the Inkswell there. That's going to mean Eris is gone immediately. Now the Soulbind is out with the silences. The Tide, still no Ravage available, so they can't really abuse the Tide Hunter. Another 2 silences out. Now KP joins the fray. They'll go after Grims on the Tide, and it'll be a nice, easy kill for the side of SMG. What do you do, John? You've got this +5 Tide who just isn't level 6 yet, and he has no space to get it either. Mid one. Gets the Wukongs off. Bing. Still going to keep going. He has the Battle Trance. Spear out. Is not going to force him out of the arena, but it might be enough, and they do get him. Into the Battle Trance now onto Rogi, but the tricks of the trade bringing him very, very low. Still, they get the lift off onto Nia, but he will be able to secure the kill onto the Troll. Back in with the double damage rune. Yeah, he gets very lucky, Nia. James, he's going to try and run. Tricks of the trade out. He has to be careful, but it's just so much damage output. Inkswell there. He'll blink straight right back in and get a double kill for a Fu. Eris, he's just going to try and back out. He's been surrounded though. Reality Rift is there by KP. Stun out.
Where are you going?
Eventually, he should go down. With the Inkswell, it might just be enough. A triple kill out for Arfu now, the Grimstroke. The aggression from SMG, it's just non-stop with this draft.
Yeah, they know they've got really early spikes to play with. I love what's coming out from Nea. I think the big thing is that they know that Ricky's going to have to take a more active role to enable that greedy Centaur and Monkey duo. And they just have Nea running around. Like, again, just 2 Wraith Bands, Power Treads, or Corrosion, really easy items to build up. He just shows up in lane, rips right through. The Inkswell combinations on every single core is just too strong. It's just chain stun for days. You jump in with Monkey King with a Tree Dance, instant stun. You jump in with a CK, double stun. You jump in with a Ricky, stun plus silence. It all just lines up for really good aggression, and Nea is just all over the map.
Big no. Swell, silence. He's gonna get stunned up. No battle trance for 4 seconds, but it will be enough time as Nea didn't quite have the damage output, and now James is trying to move in for an arena, but might get in range without a blink up. They're really making a Bing feel quite uncomfortable here on the troll though. Like he just can't farm safely without knowing the Ricky isn't around waiting to jump in.
Yeah, it's just very difficult for Cignal. They're just not safe in their own jungle. They're really maximizing the Ricky on SMG's end. They've got a 5k lead up. They still haven't managed to equalize the lanes here for Cignal's end, so the top tier one still stands. They don't have that top jungle to sneak Obbing up to get that safe farm. And every single spot's warded out here from SMG. They've just got beautiful vision all over the place.
And again, start to move in. Nea just waiting for a target. Little does he know though, he is underneath the sentry ward, so they know, or man, he's trying to bait him in. Jamesy around with the arena up. Gonna fall for it. Sides just taking a bit of a break, just chilling out for a bit, getting some farm up. Interesting item choice, by the way, John, for KB. He's going for the Shadow Blade build-up.
Yeah, I don't mind it. It gives you a lot of good attack speed. You can play around with the invisibility. It's kind of weird with Ricky on hand because you know they're going to have a lot of sentries and dust. But I think they just want to keep that aggression. They want to be able to get in a good spot. A blink for CK is nice, but with a blink you need more items on top for damage output. Whereas with a Shadow Blade you've got really good damage with the item up. So you don't need to invest as much time. You just want to be active here for SMG. They're still taking control of that bot jungle. They are under wards, but not too bad here.
Nea, he sees Van, he sees a nice easy kill and he'll take it. Jamesy gonna be around with Grims now. They're gonna try and go onto the Ricky, but no, they won't even try. Nea, he has another Inkswell going. This jungle just belongs to the side of SMG. What's really clever as well is Rogi's not allowing the top tier 1 to drop. He's using that enchanted creep. He's constantly forcing the waves back. And without that top tier 1 going down, Cignal are very limited as to where they can farm. In fact, a Bing now is going to find out the hard way as he does get chased down, but Nea, Blink Strike, is going to make it in time with the smoke screen out. Do they have the damage? Probably not. A Bing will have the battle trance, but it is going to keep running. Nea again, Inkswell in, gets the Blink Strike, but there's your battle trance now being forced out. Rogi is going to just try and take it as he does have the untouchable, and a Bing cannot kill him off. It's really smart play from SMG, the way they're playing this game out and controlling the map. They're just choking the side of Cignal Ultra right now.
They're getting all the kills now. They're 6k up. The triangle's not safe yet for Cignal. They're just constantly farming under vision, and it's just so easy to abuse for SMG.
That it is. They might find another kill, in fact. Thing is, they do let the mid-tier 1 tower go down, which is, you know, you prefer not to, but it looks like with the 6k net worth lead, they probably won't mind too much as they can go for the opposing tier 1 mid tower. You do have a CK after all, but you've got to deal with Van's Plague Wards, which can be a little bit annoying. You are trying to go for a big push. Looks like for now, they're just going to accept the fact that they can't get the tier 1 push and they'll just back off.
Yeah, perfectly fine for SMG. They still control the triangle anyway. There's an Ops ward out now from the side of Cignal, but it's not the ideal Ops. It's here in that secondary cliff spot, so it's blocked. There's a bit of vision being blocked by the trees. The thing for Cignal right now is that they've got Ravage ready on Grims. I think you're looking for that big team fight. They need to play with their big AoE control with the arena, with a Poison Nova. Make use of it right now while it's strong before SMG starts to get more items up. Once the initial BKBs come out for SMG, it's hard.
Not again. He has Battle Trance. Food doesn't have silence available right now. So a Bing can... Oh, boy. Never mind. Mid one, he held on to the Boundless Strike, gets the stun off, and... Well, meanwhile, on the other side of the map, Nia gets a kill onto Grims. Rogi, he's gonna show up. I don't know if they can kill him right now. He's got max heal up. Van, Soulbind is there, and it might just connect on Eris, though. He does manage to walk away, but he's gonna die.
Killing spree! Axes, please!
SMG find another.
Yes!
9k net worth lead now, and... Well, the mid-tier 1 tower is still standing for the Radiant, but SMG don't care, John. They're going hunting. That's what they've been doing for the last 20 minutes.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Even KP's going solo now.
Axes, please!
Why the hell not? B just gonna solo Eris on the left side of the map. Mid lane, they're gonna TP a Bing in, but he's literally got nowhere to farm. Nia gonna get speed up in the arena, but it's not gonna lead to much as KP's moving in along with R2. They are gonna go straight in onto the Mars, but a big Ravage out might be enough to turn this one, but they've lost Jamesy already. They can try onto Nia, but he's gonna blink strike away to the right side. Grims, he'll keep chasing, but now mid one, gonna cut him off, take out the tide, onto the troll. He just can't get the Battle Trance off in time. They're not allowing it. He has no chance to get it off unless he pops it immediately. And the team fight breaks out. And even if he does,
Radiant's middle tower is
if
under
Rogi
attack.
just gets in his way and
Fallen.
forces him to attack him instead, it's just wasted.
Yeah, it's really tough. Like, even as SMG are just playing so well. Like, before Afu dies, he gets the Ink Swell off on Nia, so they get that stun after the Ravage. They couldn't do anything after the Ravage. They're just held back, and that's Cignal's big shot, using all their big teamfight spells. It has to line up every single time, and every time it doesn't, it's a huge cooldown. Now, because they know Ravage is down, they can go straight into the Roche here for SMG. Won't take too long with the damage output they've got on hand. They do scan it out in Cignal's end, but they just don't have the tools to fight in it. So all they can do is sit back, farm, try to play this catch-up game, and get a quick BKB on Abing. I think he needs to deviate for that. He's got Maelstrom, he was queuing up the SNY. He needs to BKB, but he just can't cast his belts, he can't live in these fights. It's just not working out.
AB, he'll find another solo pick off onto Eris, and looks like he's spotted out a Bing. Rift is there into the Inkswell, perfectly timed, into the silence again. He cannot battle trance. They refuse to allow the man to just have a bit of a dance, and now he found another. Van, he has had a very tough game on the Venom, and it is not going to get any easier as the sleeping dart is up on Neon. Well, Bing says it all, John. The game is hard.
Yep.
Good night, Grim.
Nia.
He just puts him to sleep. Swell in, smoke screen out. He's not even going to try and run. He knows he's dead.
Oh, God. This is just, it's just disgusting from SMG. Playing super clean, getting all their items up. 14 to 33, 15k at 21.5 minutes in. Cignal, we called it from the start. They couldn't afford to lose out their lanes. They couldn't afford to start missing out on these teamfight opportunities with a Ravage up. I think going for that support side, you know, they were trying to give a better lane towards Van, but now you just kind of have a Tide that, you know, he's got a Medallion, he's got Tranquil Boots, and he has no way of blinking in. He has no way of keeping his team alive with, say, a Mech or a Hood of Defiance or a Pipe True. It's just super difficult to have that impact on Tide. They need to always start with Jamesy's arena, hope for the follow-up Ravage, and try to go from there.
Bye, Jamesy. Might just be dead. Nia's hitting way too hard, and now the Soulbind's out. Poison Nova doesn't at least fly out this time, so Rogi might die. Nia, he's going to get speed back in the arena. Ravage out as well from Grims, but where's your follow-up damage? Eris, he's going to jump in, but
going to be that
wasn't it.
Daggered.
I mean, it's more of a defensive Ravage, which is never what you want to see. And now Van.
Yep, Van's gone.
Wicked sick!
And they're posturing. Oh, that's a great dodge. Nia, with the tricks of the trade, gets away from the spear. Now the Inkswell back in. The sleeping dart, the stun out. They get another kill. And Nia will walk away with the Aegis intact. No problems for the side of SMG. They're fine.
Oh boy.
Middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, this is a trampling coming out from SMG. They're just all over Cignal. Cignal, they're going to be stuck in their high ground really soon. Once that top tier 2 falls, if SMG go for it, they are just going to have no space to farm.
Grims. Inkswell out. KB gonna turn his back.
Radiant's middle tower.
No need
is
to look
under
for the
attack.
death there. Roger will take it. That's how you know they're very confident, and they know they've basically already won out this game.
Radiant's
You just
bottom
turn your
tower
back
is
and
under
walk away
attack.
when you know you've got the kill. And what's Dota Plus saying, I wonder? Oh, 100%. I would probably
Radiant's
agree.
top tower is under attack.
Yep, no disagreements here. For once, Dota Plus is absolutely right. It's going to be a tough one for Cignal. Maybe a 1% chance if, say, SMG clumps up and kind of throws their bodies forward for no good reason, but Cignal really have to make a lot of work happen to find that opportunity. SMG are just playing too clean. Cignal does smoke up, but they don't have their tied around. There's no Ravage anyway. We'll see if they can find a key pickoff.
I think this might be it. They go for a kill. If it doesn't work out, they might just fall on. That's a defensive arena out of Bing. He's still going to run in. I'm not sure about this. He'll bump his BKB, try and chase down Arfu, but what's the point? It's just a Grim Stroke. Now the Wukong's command out of Bing. He's going to try and run the other way, but his BKB is going to wear out. KB's in with the stun. And that'll be a troll without buyback down. Van is going to try and get himself away. Nia, meanwhile, kills off Eris, and Van, he knows. There you go. There's the GG call. It was a last-ditch effort. See if they could get a kill going for themselves before the game ended, I guess. And a good attempt by Cignal Ultra, but SMG, what do you say, John? They just look way too strong in game one.
Yeah, they